Expressway. We just passed the Redeem Camp already. Hope that some of you can also join us on this trip. A lot of persons who could not make it for inspection. You want to know how you can access Treasure Island Estate from the Redeem Camp axis in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. That's where we are heading to now. I hope this video will help. So for those coming from areas in Lagos like Alausa, Ikeja, Bega, and you are heading to Treasure Island Estate Mowe-Ofada, it's expected that within a period of 55 minutes, 55 minutes drive, when the road is free, you should be able to get to site. Sometimes it might stretch beyond that. Like today, they are using about approximately 58 minutes, 58 to 59 minutes to get to site. So portions of it, the road was not that clear because the ongoing construction is still on. Thank you. I can see somebody has just joined us, Mr. Fred Lawale. You're welcome, sir. Glad to have you on board. You're welcome, Mr. Fred Lawale. So let's go up and see some of how the location is looking at the moment. At this point, there is another flyover that is being constructed to ensure people who are transiting from one lane to another can move easily. There are locations where we're having new sets of flyovers within this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. One of them is in between Mowe and Ibafo. Then after Ibafo, before one of them is between Magoro and Ibafo, and then the Lotto axis, which is between Ibafo and Mowe, there's another one there. Then after Mowe, before the Shagamu interchange, we just passed the location where they'll be sighting another flyover. Then the interchange is another one. So this entire road from Lagos stretched down to Ibadan is just about 126 kilometer drive. And this road has been facing a lot of attention from government, the federal government lately. And gradually we have started seeing a smooth drive. So, and it's divided into two phases. For those of you who have watched our previous video we made, heading to site, you can see the road is divided into two phases. The first phase is from the Bega axis in Lagos down to the interchange, while the second phase is from the interchange down to from the interchange down to Ibadan. So heading to site, Treasure Island Estate Mowe-Ofada, we are only concerned about the first phase, which is from Bega straight down to the interchange. Another thing worthy of note in this welcome to live reminder. Okay. Another thing worthy of note is that within this axis, government has also created commercial zones, commercial activities all around this axis, inviting investors, people who want to set up their companies, to come around this area to set up. So that activity alone has ensured that many people can, set up their factories, especially people who could no longer find spaces in Lagos. So that has happened. Where we are heading to now, you notice there are several companies both to the right and to the left side of the express. Now, another thing worthy of note is that these companies are having people working there. They are having staffs who are working there, and most of these staffs presently cannot find good estates around that they can live. Some of them come from Mowe main town. Some others come from Lagos to this axis to work, simply because they couldn't access some of these befitting estates, befitting houses around in their numbers. So that's a good indication that there is a lot of opportunities for people who are targeting rental income to come here and set up. While you are planning to have your own house whenever you come to the country, so you have a place to lay your head, you have a place to stay, you can also ensure that not just your own house alone, but you can create rental properties. So this is why I really I encourage those people, especially those who are already with us, who are also securing more. Some people who have 2, 3, 4, 5 houses with us and they are still buying more. Some already have up to 10 units of apartments with us and they are still buying more. And since there is a good convenient payment plan that you can take advantage of, this is the interchange, and this is where we'll be making our switch. This is where we'll be turning. So those who are going to Ibadan, they continue going straight. But we are leaving the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway now. So for those who are targeting to have more, so that you can have properties to rent, you can take advantage of the opportunity now. Inflation is not really helping in the country in terms of the cost of building. But however, we are still finding a way to ensure that people can still pay, in long-term installments. And 36 months is a good chunk of time, considering what is going on presently in the market. 36 months is a good chunk of time to spread your payments interest-free. So that opportunity is still on, and you can still get a completely finished house for less than 11 million. So we are currently at the interchange, and within this axis in the interchange, this is where you find Next to PLC, you find Olams, you find even Seaway and many others. Eternal Oil is here as well. Maybe I should hold the camera in so you can see. Yeah, you can see these ones are Eternal Oil. Now this place, for some of you who came around for inspection, especially for those who are already with us, who already have your properties here, still paying installments. The last time you came around for inspection, most of these places were still empty. You can still remember, most of these places were still empty. But now, some of them have now started registering their presence. So much of commercial activity is taking place. So remember, I always tell you, wherever commercial activity goes, money follows. So where you see people setting up companies, setting up commercial activities, the opportunities there are boundless. So owning land close to an axis like this is very, very encouraging. So this one is Next to PLC. those who are asking me where is next to, this is where you find it. Next to PLC. And if you remember, there was this roundabout, there was something they were building the other time, just to ensure the beauty of this whole location takes shape. You can see how far they've made progress, and they are still working on it. Frankly, I don't even know what is going to turn out to be at the end of the day when they are done. But from what I can see now, it's really beautiful. So this roundabout is the road that will be linking both. This one we are entering now is the Shagamu-Abeokuta Expressway. The one we left just now is the Papalanto Shagamu Expressway. And over here we have apples and pears. I think we're about to meet that already.
It is also necessary for maintaining healthy communication between and other parts of the body. Calcium for the brain.
And for those of you who came with us for inspection some time ago, you noticed this road was also under reconstruction. This Shagamu-Abeokuta Expressway is under reconstruction. But now, please, for all the every part of the road we'll be plowing now before we get to site, they are done with it. So we are having one of the smooth expressway till we get to site. This before we meet the earth road that is leading to our site. Some people were asking me if there are schools around. Continental School and many others. Some of the best schools around here, within this Lagos open access, they are here. They have boarding facilities as well. There are colleges and there are school buses. Some of these schools have school buses in case you don't want to be going home. You don't want your kids to be staying in a boarding facility. You can come around, pick your kids from school and send them back. So that is it. You may have been hearing of the international breweries around the Abeokuta Expressway. This is where it's located, the international breweries. Currently, this is the biggest site they have now in Nigeria. This is their biggest site so far. So we are about approaching the international breweries now. And one good thing is that for those who are asking me about the new estate, which is Treasure Island Estate Phase 2. I told you it's a wake-up call for people to also invest in that one as well. Treasure Island Estate Phase 2 is located behind international breweries. For the quest of time, we might not be able to drive in now, but let me just give you an explanation. This is our signboard for Treasure Island Estate Phase 2. Behind the international breweries, the structure you are seeing here is the international breweries, and this road is the road that directly leads you into the estate. Treasure Island Estate Mowe-Ofada Phase 2. Just approximately 5 minutes from here on an earth road. When the road is started, it's certainly going to take you less than 2 minutes. But for now, it's an earth road, so it takes me about 5 minutes to get to the sites there. Just about 1.2 kilometers from here, you are there already. Or 1.5 kilometers rather. You are there already. So this is the brewery. So let's continue our trip heading to Phase 1. So for the international breweries itself, a lot of the people who work here, who have activities to do around here, and some other companies as well, not just the brewery, they've come to make inquiries if they could get houses to rent in some of our estates. We told them that it is renting those houses is not our decision, it's that of you guys, property owners within the scheme. If you want to rent your own unit, you can put it up for rent. And also, those of you who also have one or two things to do within this axis, you can start now. There's nothing as good as starting early. If you made the process simple enough, there's convenient payment plan that anybody can key into. You start small and you grow gradually. So just to increase your real estate portfolio. Alright, so we are approaching really more bus stop. that takes you to phase 1, Treasure Island Estate, Mowe-Ofada. There is a school just around here. When I'm describing this location for people who want to drive down yourself, when you look out for this school, more or less like a football academy, you know that the next junction you meet, that's the junction that takes you to site. And we are here now. So straight are for those heading to Abeokuta, but we are not interested in that now, so we'll be leaving Shagamu Abeokuta Expressway.
92.3 Inspiration FM. It is your number one family radio. Welcome back to the show. If
all right.
You're joining us, welcome to the show.
So at this point,
Inspiration 92.3 FM, and this is
we are off the Abeokuta Expressway.
Wellness Wednesday, where we talk about everything wellness. And
now heading to Treasure Island Estate, Mowe-Ofada phase 1. Now the road is currently an earth road for obvious reasons. It's still a location that is just starting, and soon enough, when development spring up, you'll be seeing a tarred road. It's going to be a collective effort, not just from the government alone, but both that of the estates, all the estates around this axis, and discussions on that are already on the ground to ensure that it's been achieved. But currently the road is being maintained by the estate within this axis. So normally when we came to this location, government actually gave a 1.5 kilometer set from the expressway. Okay, someone has just joined us, Mr. Lee Solomon. You're welcome, sir. Check the notes. Trying to see how I can respond to comments.
Now, calcium is essential development.
Government actually 5 kilometers setback from the express to ensure they give space for commercial activities, companies who want to set up their factories. So the estate within this axis followed that setback. Glow.
And it also helps the body to absorb. Now, calcium is a cofactor for many enzymes. Without calcium, some key enzymes in your body cannot work effectively or efficiently. Now, studies have suggested that consuming enough calcium can result in a lower risk of developing conditions involving high blood pressure. In young people, it can result in lower blood pressure in those whose
I'm getting some.
Whose mothers.
All right, I guess we are back now. The network is giving us issues.
And it also helps. Okay.
I'll respond to all these messages. I'm seeing some questions. How far is Mowe-Ofada phase 1 from the airport? Now, once you are coming from the airport, and it's back now.
Now, during our news threatens legal action against those sharing photos of slain troops on social media. Internally displaced persons from a Baghdad camp in Benue protest killing of 7 persons by gunmen. Striking just an apologizes to many.
At this point, the network is really giving us issues. So heading the live video does not seem visible.